Hey there, Rob from Waterholics Art here, and today I want to do a review of this airbrush kit that I got, and I actually got this kit about 2 years ago. This is a Master Airbrush. The airbrush is model G22 right here, and it's a gravity-fed airbrush. And what it comes with is this little 1/5 horsepower compressor, as well as the airbrush and the nice braided cord that comes with it. I really have not used this airbrush a whole lot in the 2 years I've had it. I got it as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago, partly because I was having a lot of problems with it. And so within the last couple days, I watched some videos and I sort of diagnosed what my problem was here. And I will say that this is the instruction manual that comes with it. It is not very helpful at all. You can see it goes features and functions, some basic specifications, talks about how to operate it, and it's 7 little items here which really do not help you at all. And again, that's about it. So you can see here the air filter regulator, this tracheal interface, and that's where you hook up your hose to. The manometer, which reads out your PSI, or your kilograms per centimeter squared. You have the drainage valve down here, and that collects any moisture that could possibly be in the air. You also have your pressure control valve, which is right here, and I'll show you guys how to use that. Your power switch is back here, and then you actually have a nice little handle here that you can hold on to. And these down here, even though they look like suction cups, they're not really suction cups. You can see they have, I'm not sure if you can see that at all, the like little grips. They're basically for vibration, to just help it sit on your surface. So the main problem I have with this is this nut right here. Let me see if I can move this a little closer. When I initially screwed on the pressure relief, this whole system here, it was upside down. So this chamber here was vertical, and it's not supposed to be like that. So what I actually had to do was get a crescent wrench and back this nut off about 90 to 180 degrees, which is fine because it's seated in here pretty tight. And I suggest, so I actually put it on in this orientation, and then as I tightened it, like I said, it was vertical. So I backed it off, put it on the same orientation. So what I do is I suggest when you initially screw this on, pick a single orientation to put it on and then tighten it, and see where this ends up. And that'll sort of give you an idea as to how much you may have to back this nut off. Or what you should do is try a different orientation, maybe 180 degrees, and then tighten it and see where you end up. So what I'm going to do here is I've got everything hooked up. You can see right here, I like to spray around 22 PSI or so. So I put took a dry erase marker and just put a little tick here around that. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn this guy on so that you guys can hear how loud it sounds. One other thing I want to say here is that it did come with this sheet as well. So it talks about some specifications, applications, again, how to spray. That doesn't really tell you a whole lot. And then it also talks about how to clean. I suggest if you're looking to learn how to spray or how to clean, there's a ton of YouTube videos out there. Go ahead and check those out. But right now, I'm going to go ahead. I've got everything tightened up here, and I'm going to turn the power on. Now once it reaches that pressure, it'll stop. Now the factory setting ends up being somewhere closer to 60 PSI. So you're going to turn this thing on, and the pressure is probably going to go all the way up to about 60. If that happens, what you want to do is you actually want to lift up on, you see how you can lift up on this? This actually releases and allows you to adjust the pressure. So if I turn it clockwise, I'm going to have to turn it up. You can see the pressure will start going up. If I turn it counterclockwise, Let me, actually, I need to, so you can see as I spray and I release that pressure, it will then charge back up. Now, in order to set this at the pressure you desire, because this is an auto stop compressor, and this is something I didn't really understand very well, in order to set the pressure, you need to hold the air down and then adjust this until it's at the pressure you want. Even though right now this says it's at about 22 psi, you can see that when I release the trigger, the pressure actually drops to around 20. As soon as I take my hand off, it goes back up to about the 22. So say I want to adjust this down to, say, 15 psi or so. I would hold this down, and then you see as I turn the knob, that pressure starts to drop. So if I let go, it's going to hold it now at that new pressure. So then when I spray, you can see it'll hold that pressure right around 15 psi. So I'll let go. Now say I want to increase the pressure, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start spraying, and I'm going to increase the pressure. So let's say I want 30 psi. I'll stop it about right here. And let me lift this up so you can hopefully see that. Right around 30. And then I'll let go. And you can see it, the pressure in the tank is about 34. But as I spray, it will drop down to 30. So I'm going to set this now. To lock that in place, you want to push down. You can see now I'm unable to turn this pressure regulator here. So you can see how if I spray, it goes to 30. When I release, the compressor stops. So that's how you set the pressure you want. That wasn't something that it explains anywhere in the instruction manual how to do that. There's nothing, so it really doesn't tell you at all how to actually operate this. So that's why I'm going ahead and doing this, because this is a big question a lot of people had. So now I'm going to set it back down to about 22 psi. So you can see here I'm going to release some of this pressure and get it right down to 22 right here. I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to lock that in place. So now I can spray, and it's going to stay right around 22 psi. So anyway, that's how to go ahead and use the compressor. When you're done, go ahead and shut the compressor off, and then just release the air, and you'll see that after about 5 to 10 seconds, the pressure will drop all the way to 0. And at that point, you're done. Next time you turn it on, it'll charge right back up to that pressure you had set, and you're ready to go. Simple as that. So I hope this video helped. I had a lot of problems using this because I really didn't fully understand how it worked. And so I hope this video was helpful in explaining to you some of what to do, and it helps you get you on your way. The other thing I will mention here that came with this airbrush is there was a little ring adapter, and that ring adapter actually fits underneath this red nut. I didn't exactly know that at the time, and I threw it out, so I haven't been using it. But what that comes with are 2 airbrush holders, and I actually have one of mine mounted underneath my desk here, where I store my airbrush. So again, it does come with this little adapter that you can attach under this red ring, and it will sit right here to where you can take and dock that airbrush here if you want. But I leave my compressor underneath my desk usually, so that really isn't a handy option for me anyway. So again, I hope this video was helpful. This is a review of the model the G22 Master Airbrush. Again, I'm not going to go through any airbrush techniques, but really more wanted to touch on how to utilize the compressor and to set the pressure that you want. So again, I hope this video was helpful. Rob from Waterholics Art. Have a good day.